Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we are taking a look at 3 new mods heading our way from Blaue Augen Modding. The Deutz-Fahr DX3 series, Landini 6550, and the Deutz-Fahr series 6215 TTV. At the time of release of this video, these mods are all with Giant awaiting testing for all platforms. I'll be going over everything through customization and features, down to animations and things like that, so check the timestamps for the one you want to see first. Otherwise, let's jump right in. Let's start with the Deutz-Fahr DX3 series. This is available in 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive options. However, none of the specs change. It's got between 65 and 71 horsepower, manual transmission, 84 liters fuel, goes 18 miles an hour, weighs 2.9 tons. Into the 2-wheel drive option first. Canopy option of a yes or no. It's going to cost $500. It's a pretty cheap tractor overall, $16,750. Engine options, we've got a few here. So we have a 65 horsepower and a 71 horsepower. Wheel brands from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, Bridgestone, BKT, and Nokian. There's actually quite a few different settings and setups for these. One thing to note, they say that the sound files used for this were created by Farmin' Dudes, and FD Vasily K98. So we got some custom sounds on here. They sound really, really good. Through here, tons and tons of wheel options. You even have some twin rears on there as well if you guys want to go for that direction. There's also some pretty cool setups for the 4-wheel drive. We'll show you that here in a second. As far as front weights on here, you've got a standard. You can go with a 140, 210, 280, 350, and back to standard again. And you have front loader attachers from Quickie and Hauer. Now over to the 4-wheel drive model. The only thing you're going to find that's a little bit different is in some of the wheel options, we have narrow twin options and rear narrow twins with single in the front. So that's pretty cool, especially if you guys are wanting to use something like this. Hey, you've got it. I've always thought that a tractor with no canopy and narrow duals just looks epic. So you've got it as an option if you want it. We also have front fenders here, which are not an option on the 2-wheel drive. Moving on, we've got the Landini 6550 series. This is also available in a 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive models, and there are a few differences between the two. As far as primary specs go at the very bottom, the only thing that's going to change between them is the weight. You've got between 65 and 80 horsepower, manual transmission, 120 liters fuel, and they go 18 miles per hour. The 2-wheel drive weighs 3.2 tons, while the 4-wheel drive, weighs 3.6 tons. Engine choices include the 6550 with 65 horsepower. We can bump up to 70 or have 80 horsepower. Wheel options from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, Bridgestone, BKT, and back around again. We also have quite a few different options through here, although, as they have mentioned, the wheel weights, I'm still seeing at least a visible change, so that is nice. So you do have a wheel weight setup, weighs about 100 kgs for that. It's not a super heavy tractor anyway, so at least that's nice to see. Also, love seeing these rear narrow twin wheels. I think that looks super cool. But again, you've got all kinds through here. Just choose what you like. As far as our beacon options, you've got no, and then you've also got a left or right or both. As far as the front grille frame, we could change that up to a white setup. Rear fenders are going to extend out the back, which I think looks fantastic. And then an interior setup, right now it's blue, and now it's black. You've also got a front weight option of a yes or no. According to the weight, that weighs 400 kilograms, and front loader attachers from Quickie and Hauer. There's also a main color option. It comes with a custom red color. However, if you've got the color controls, well, you can change them any color, no matter what. You go with a black one, which looks super cool with that white cabin and the white stripe along the hood. That's awesome. Now, as for the 4-wheel drive model, engines are the same. Wheel brands are the same. However, of course, because we have different setups here, you're going to notice that some of the wheels are different. For example, there's no narrow twins. You just get standard twins, which is totally cool. You also get those wheel weights on the back. Beacon light's going to be the same. Front grille frame, front fenders on here. That's going to be your main difference there. Rear fenders and interior setup are the same, as well as front weight and a front loader. You even have the same for your main color. Thirdly, we have the Deutz-Fahr Series 6215 TTV. As expected, no two-wheel drive version of this available. You've got 207 up to 226 horsepower, variable transmission, 400 liters of fuel, 31 miles an hour, and weighs 8.6 tons. Jumping in and checking out the customization options. You do have a Warrior setup where you can throw that in. You've got Deutz-Fahr that pops up at the very top of the cabin. You've got Warrior setup right under there for the Agritron. Also, you've got an extra stripe there in chrome, and our exhaust changes up to chrome as well, at least the grading around it. Engine options from 207 to 226, so only 2 engine options there. Wheel brands from Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Budestam, and Nokian. So we have all of the above. Also, there's a lot of setups for these. You got a normal, wheel weights, wides with weights, narrow, rear narrow twins all the way around. Those are the wide spacing, by the way. And then you've got rear twins all the way around, and then back to standard again. That's pretty much for the exact same through all of them. There are a few where you don't have narrows, like Midas, for example. You don't have those in there. And if we go over to Nokian, we can see that for the Tractor King setups here, we've got some big chunks. However, the communals are going to be exactly standard, and that's it. Beacon lights on here, you've got 2 setups, but you cannot take them away. So you've got a left and right, but that's it. Warning signs, you can put those on the very back, so it's going to be your E-warning signs, and you have front loader attacher from Quickie, Hauer, or Nada. As for options for color, so you've got color designs. We have a green and then the kind of chromed out green. You also have a nice Deutz-Fahr matte green is what they call it. We get black and a matte black, which is my favorite on this. I thought I was going to like the Java green, but nah. Matte black is the bomb. But because we have color options, you can change it whatever. Also, rim colors, same thing there. You get with the base game gray or black. My goodness, this looks fantastic. That's a good looking tractor right there. But you can change it to whatever you want. Now, as far as mouse control or things that you can open like doors and windows between the 3 tractors, there's only 2 different sets of animations. You've got door and rear glass. And that's going to be the same for the Landini as well as the 62, well, this is the 05, the Deutz-Fahr 6000 series right here. We go in, left door, and rear glass. So those are going to be your only animations between these. I do want to check out the sound, so let's take a look at the Landini. Next, the Deutz-Fahr Series DX3. Lastly, the Series 6215. Now that we got them all out, I do want to kind of go around and take a look at the outside and kind of examine the engine bay and stuff like that. There's a lot of really nice details that modders put into their mods, and sometimes in the modeling and in the body and things like that. This is where some of the coolest bits can be found in the highest of details. Absolutely love it, even all the way down to like the little bolts, rivets in there. This look great. Super duper cool. Looking good, man. Let's jump over here to the DX3 and looking pretty good. Now I do use the flashlight just because it's a little bit easier to illuminate darker areas. For example, down in here, oh man, I can barely read that tag down there. I wanted to be able to read the tag. It is cool to be able to see kind of, well, I would say into the cabin, but you know, into the driver's area right there. That's pretty sweet. Also loved how all the gears were changing and things like that. I use automatic gears. However, if you have a manual gear setup, you can have a lot of fun with that. And then here you go. Here's our TTV. Looking fantastic as always. Got the Agco colors on there. Looking good, looking good. Up here and all the way around here. Say Agco. This is not Agco, is it? Is it? No, I don't actually know. You know what? Let's forget I said that. Back away slowly and check out the interiors. Inside of our Landini here, the 6550 series, we'll go ahead and turn on some lights so you can see all the things that turn on, and we've got a little knob on the right-hand side of the steering wheel that's going to turn on that. When we turn it on, we go right into gear. We've got our left foot down on the clutch, and all of our other stuff comes on. It doesn't look like any extra illuminations inside other than a little bit of illumination behind the dials whenever you go into the first light setup. Otherwise, there you go. And we turn it off. Even the key, man, even the key to the bottom left of the steering wheel, right above the clutch. Even that turns on. Very cool. Inside of our Deutz now, let's go ahead and turn this bad boy on. So it looks like our key changes. Our left foot goes into the clutch. A couple other things. Looks like our fuel's going up or in oil temperature, transmission temperature. Not really sure what that is. And then over on the left-hand side, you've got your engine dial. We turn on our light. A little bit of light comes on behind the dials, but nothing too crazy. At nighttime, it'll be noticeable. But, yeah, other than that, nothing too crazy going on there. However, the TTV is my favorite. So this is a full kind of startup set here. Boom. With the eye monitor, which pops up. Everything behind as well turns on. Check that out. That's pretty cool. Now, some of these things work and some of them don't. For example, in here, looks like the lean forward's not going to work for me. Looks like our engine speed is going to be working, and we've got kilometers per hour in there as well. So all of that's working perfectly fine. Fuel as well, so that's kind of cool. And then a few other little bits and bobs. Now, over here on the left-hand side, we have not only the kilometers per hour, but we also have the temperature of the oil, I believe, and we have direction. So it's got the full GPS direction in there, which is kind of neat. Might be useful. It's one more tool for you guys that play in first person only. That might be pretty sweet for you guys. Otherwise, if we spin them right around here and take a look, you do have your key over there on the far right-hand side, which turns on. However, it doesn't look like there's much else that is changing up. However, they've done a really good job of keeping all of the animations and stuff solid. Pretty cool. And with that, that is everything you need to know about these Deutz-Fahr and Landini tractors before their release on the mod up for all platforms. As mentioned, when I'm recording this video, they are with Giants right now, waiting testing. Which one's your favorite? Hey, let me know. I do want to thank Blaue Augen Modding for sending these over to show you guys ahead of their release. Super excited about these mods. They're going to be a lot of fun, and it's great to see more tractors coming into the game. Cough, cough, more tractors, please. All being said, just hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one.